Good morning, everybody. Today I'm excited to launch a new series where I'll share real stories of success and ask the questions that younger generations are in need of. I'm your host, Lauren Andrews, and today we're joined by Kathy Bennett, President of P3 Connects and Client Partner at International Digital Partners. Kathy is a chief connector and a leader of the IT industry, and she's known for her ability to connect with people and help businesses thrive. Good morning, Kathy. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. It's been an honor. To start us off, tell us about your early career path after college. I'm understanding that we started at a jewelry store. How did your experience teach you the skills that you have today?
Sure. So I started at a family-owned jewelry store in Cincinnati, and I worked there for about 12 years. And it taught me that hard work pays off. I started as a retail associate, and I was able to grow with that company and become a manager where I was very fortunate that I went on buying trips in Italy and, work in New York, jewelry shows in Las Vegas. So it was a very big growing experience for me in retail. It was before computers were around, so it was a whole different world then.
And then after your time at jewelry stores, you switched to Juice in the City, where you also did sales. What caused that switch in careers?
Yes. So, our family moved to Texas. And so I took some time off to spend with my kids when they were little. And then, once they got old enough, I dipped my toe back out into the business world and found a job that looked like it was a lot of fun. It was like Groupon, but it was for moms. And that was Juice in the City. And I started out as a straight commission salesperson. And then, basically grew that where we had this amazing mom force of sales reps in Texas. And I became the regional director in Texas. And we were so successful that the company sold. And today it's called Retail Me Not.
And after Juice in the City, we had a shift into the IT recruiting side. How was the IT recruiting field?
IT recruiting is also it's sales and it's relationships. And so, it was a good transition for me because it was really building relationships and matching candidates with clients.
And you accomplished so much in Juice in the City. How were you able to rise back up to the top in this new field?
I think by the lesson that I learned with Juice in the City that if I put my head down and I work hard, that I'll be successful. And I had that, already accomplished. And so I knew that if I just, put in a lot of work, that I would be successful.
And you live by this polite, persistent pest motto. Can you tell me more about that motto that you live by?
Sure. My kids, when they were younger, used to always laugh about that. And they'd say, "Oh, mom." And, but now today they're both doing it and they're both very successful with it. So, polite, persistent pest is my motto because I've learned that if you stay persistent with something and you're polite, you're not annoying, it will pay off. And it has paid off for me. And it's fun to see my kids using it now and it paying off for them now.
And that motto and connections on LinkedIn is so important. What advice would you give high school students and college students as well as someone that's working to build their connections?
Sure. I would say, get involved on LinkedIn, start building your network early, reach out to people that reach out to your family, reach out to your aunts, your uncles, your friends, your parents' friends, and start there. And, maybe, just start talking to people that are successful and how did they do it? Kind of like what you're doing. And learn from people that have a successful path.
And you juggle so much with being president of P3 Connects, part of the SIM DFW engaging membership committee, as well as being involved with the UTD Rise advisory board. How are you juggling all of this? What do you do on your free time?
Oh, I find free time. I find free time to play golf and, exercise is a lot of fun. But it's a balancing act for sure. And you have to make sure that you have really good time management skills. And you also have to be able to say no to make sure that your plate doesn't get too full.
With all of this going on your plate and all the obstacles that you've overcome in the past, how do you give back to the community?
Well, that is near and dear to my heart. So I think you have to find what is important to you, what cause is important to you. I like to give back to the community. For example, last night I went to an event that was for veterans at a company that I'm trying to win as a client, and they had no idea about an organization called Empower, and this is where it's like connecting the dots. And so I'm going to introduce them to Empower. And, Empower is a national organization, and all they do is help veterans get into careers once they come back from the service. And so this company, is going to meet Empower, and then maybe they can bring a lot of veterans on board. And then I also found out there's a lot of internships at this company. And so I'm going to pass that along to the students that I'm involved with and down at UTD Rise.
And along with those internships, what would you tell students who are looking to find jobs, build connections? What is the biggest advice you could give them?
Just to get out there. I mean, you've got to get out there. You've got to have activity. You might be thinking, you're not sure what you're doing, but, meet with somebody for coffee. That might sound really scary, but, the more people you talk to, the more you will find different opportunities that will come your way.
And along with this mentorship job that you've taken, you're also launching a podcast called Kathy Connects. Could you tell us more about that?
Absolutely. So Kathy Connects is all about this. It's all about connecting people with the right resources. So whether it's a student, trying to get into their first job, or trying to navigate LinkedIn, or if it's somebody that's looking for their next job, how do I go about, connecting with people on LinkedIn? That's what Kathy Connects is going to be. It's going to be featuring people every week that are looking for jobs, whether, it's a student or it's someone that's, been in the industry for a while.
And you've overcome so much and have had so many years of experiences. What is the biggest lesson that you have that you can share?
That hard work pays off. Just grit and hard work pays off.
And lastly, if you could tell your younger self one thing, one piece of advice, what would it be?
Be a polite, persistent pest and be one sooner.
Yes, and thank you, Kathy, again for your time.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.